Right now, nothing feels like it's ending. Everything feels normal. But that's exactly how it has always felt, right before people believed everything would end. And the strange part is, they were certain. There has always been one question humans couldn't ignore. How does it all end? Not just life, not just civilizations, but everything. The sky, the earth, the future itself. For as long as we've existed, we've tried to understand that moment, when everything comes to an end. Long before science, before technology, before we understood the world, we imagined its ending. Ancient civilizations looked to the sky for answers. Comets were seen as warnings, eclipses as signs, storms as messages. In many cultures, the end of the world wasn't a question. It was a certainty. Only the timing was unknown. Over time, those ideas became more specific, more detailed, more real. Texts were written. Dates were calculated. Predictions slowly turned into expectations. One of the most powerful examples comes from the Book of Revelation, a vision of the end filled with symbols, destruction, and final judgment. For centuries, people believed the end wasn't just coming, it was near. Then something strange happened. The predicted dates passed, and nothing happened. No collapse, no ending, no final moment. One of the most well-known examples was the Great Disappointment. Thousands believed the world would end. They prepared for it. They waited. And when the moment came, nothing changed. But that didn't stop anything, because something deeper was happening. Each failed prediction didn't end belief. It reshaped it. New dates were created. New theories were formed. New explanations replaced the old ones. And the cycle continued. Prediction, certainty, disappointment, and then reset. Then came science. And for the first time, the end of the world was no longer just belief. It became calculation. Scientists began asking real questions. How long will the sun last? What happens when stars die? Could an asteroid end everything? The question didn't disappear. It evolved, from myth to probability. Today, we don't look only to the sky. We look at ourselves. Climate change, nuclear weapons, artificial intelligence. Now the end doesn't feel like something that will happen to us, but something we might create. And that changes everything. So why do we keep doing this? Why do humans keep trying to predict the end? Because uncertainty is harder to accept than fear. A known ending feels safer than an unknown future, even if that ending is catastrophic. But something is different now. For most of history, we were guessing. Now, we have the tools to influence the outcome. For the first time, the end is not just predicted, it's possible. So the question is no longer, when will the world end? The real question is, will it end because of something we failed to understand, or something we chose not to stop? Humans have always tried to predict the end of the world, but maybe the most important question was never when. It was always, why? We've been asking this question for centuries, looking for answers in places we didn't understand. Then we turned to science, to logic, to certainty. But now, the question is no longer out there. It's here, with us.